Welcome back to Retro Rides Garage, the home of tire smoke, roaring V8s, and chrome-drenched dreams. Today we're firing up a list that'll make your piston-loving heart skip a beat. These are the 13 wildest American cars ever made. Machines so bold, so powerful, and so unmistakably cool that collectors are still battling to own them, restore them, and relive their thunder. These aren't your average classics. We're talking about cars born in an era when automakers didn't play it safe. They built monsters, icons, land yachts, and rolling statements. From the explosive performance of the 1970 Dodge Challenger RT to the movie star charisma of the 1968 Mustang GT 390 Fastback, and from the oversized elegance of the 1959 Cadillac Coupe Deville to the brute force of the Ford Gran Torino, every ride on this list screams Americana. There's luxury, there's muscle, and there's madness. Whether it was cruising Route 66 or burning rubber at the Strip, these cars didn't just turn heads. They defined generations. Some were built in small numbers. Others were mass-produced legends. But all of them have earned their place in the garage of automotive history. So sit back, crank the volume, and take a ride through tail fins, torque, and timeless design. This is Retro Rides Garage, and this is our tribute to the loudest, proudest, wildest machines to ever come out of Detroit. Number 13. The 1971 Plymouth Satellite is a rare and wild gem from the golden era of American muscle, and collectors still fight over them for good reason. With its bold redesign that year, the Satellite boasted a fuselage-inspired body and sculpted lines that gave it serious road presence, especially in the sportier Roadrunner and GTX trims. Under the hood, it could be fitted with everything from a dependable 318 cubic inch V8 to the ferocious 446 cubic inch Super Commando or the legendary 426 cubic inch Hemi, unleashing well over 400 horsepower. These cars weren't just fast. They were built to dominate the street and strip with throaty exhaust notes and raw, unapologetic torque. Inside, you got bucket seats, performance gauges, and just enough luxury to make the ride feel special. Only a limited number were built in higher performance specs, and over the decades, many have been lost to time or transformed beyond recognition. Finding one today in original or restored condition is like striking gold. Prices are climbing, bidding wars are common, and die-hard Mopar fans will do anything to secure one. Whether it's the power, the design, or the nostalgia, the 1971 Satellite embodies everything muscle car lovers crave. Have you ever seen one roar to life in person? Number 12. The 1949 Buick Roadmaster is a wild post-war icon that collectors still fight over, thanks to its unforgettable mix of elegance, innovation, and raw American presence. This was the year Buick introduced the iconic venti ports on the fenders, functional at first, symbolic later, marking the Roadmaster as a leader in style and status. Under its long, sweeping hood sat a massive 320 cubic inch Fireball straight 8 engine paired with Buick's smooth Dynaflow automatic transmission, delivering a quiet but commanding ride that few others could match in its class. Its airfoil fenders, low-slung silhouette, and bold chrome grille screamed post-war optimism and power, while the plush interior with fine upholstery and generous space made it a first-class experience on wheels. Available as a sedan, coupe, convertible, or woody wagon, each Roadmaster had a limited production run, and surviving examples, especially the drop-tops, are now highly coveted. These cars were the pinnacle of late 1940s luxury performance, and spotting one today in pristine condition is like seeing a time machine roll by. Restorers, investors, and die-hard enthusiasts all chase after these majestic Buicks, driving prices up and keeping the demand strong. What would you give to take the wheel of this rolling masterpiece from from America's golden age. Number 11. The 1950 Mercury 8 is a rare and iconic cruiser that collectors still fight over, thanks to its timeless design, cultural impact, and near-mythical status in the world of custom cars. With its wide flowing fenders, low roofline, and long curving body panels, the 50 Merc embodied post-war cool and became a blank canvas for the growing hot rod and custom culture scenes. Under the hood, it packed a sturdy flathead V8 that delivered smooth, reliable power, perfect for the boulevard or drag strip alike. But it wasn't just performance that made this Mercury famous. It was attitude. Once chopped, lowered, and dressed in sleek paint and white walls, the Mercury 8 turned into an icon of rebellion and individuality, immortalized by James Dean-style greasers and hot rod legends alike. While the factory version was stylish and well-built, it was the custom scene that transformed this car into a legend. And today, both original survivors and tastefully modified examples are highly sought after. Authentic, unmolested Mercs are increasingly rare, and even built customs command high prices due to their historical significance and classic cool. Whether kept original or personalized, with lead sled styling, the 1950 Mercury 8 remains a crown jewel of mid-century Americana. If one rolled past with dual pipes rumbling and a nosed hood gleaming, would you nod in respect or chase it down for a chance to own a legend? Number 10. The 1968 Mustang GT 390 Fastback is a rare and wild slice of American muscle that collectors still fight over, largely thanks to its raw power, iconic design, and unforgettable pop culture presence. At its heart was the big block 390 cubic inch V8, pumping out over 320 horsepower and a mountain of torque, making it one of the most aggressive Mustangs of its time. Pair that with a 4-speed manual, performance suspension, and dual exhausts, and you had a factory street fighter wrapped in Ford's sleek fastback silhouette. The '68 model year also introduced subtle styling tweaks, like the side scoops and cleaner grille, and more importantly, a legendary moment in cinema. Bullitt, Steve McQueen's Highland Green GT 390 Fastback tearing through the streets of San Francisco cemented this car's place in muscle car mythology. Not many were produced with the GT package and big block combo, and even fewer survive today with matching numbers and original parts, making authentic examples prized and pricey. Whether it's the performance pedigree or Hollywood stardom, this Mustang delivers pure adrenaline and heritage. Would you chase down your dream car if it sounded like this one? Number 9. The 1974 Dodge Monaco is a rare and wild full-size bruiser that collectors still fight over, especially fans of muscle-era oddballs and screen-used icons. Though often overshadowed by flashier Mopars, the Monaco packed serious presence with its massive body, squared-off styling, and available big block V8s like the 440 cubic inch Magnum, pushing well over 270 horsepower. Built on the C-body platform, this beast could be optioned with heavy-duty suspension, dual exhausts, and police packages that turned it into a highway menace, earning it respect from law enforcement and muscle fans alike. But what truly launched the '74 Monaco into cult status was the Blues Brothers, where it starred as the unstoppable Bluesmobile, showcasing insane stunts and durability that gave it cinematic immortality. Today, genuine examples, especially those with the police spec or in original condition, are harder to find, with enthusiasts battling for them at auctions and online listings. The mix of muscle roots, obscure charm, and pop culture fame makes the '74 Monaco a collector's dream for those who know what they're looking at. So, would you take it to the car show or straight through a mall like Jake and Elwood? Number 8. The Ford Gran Torino is a rare and wild slice of Detroit muscle that collectors still fight over, especially the high-performance variants from the early to mid-1970s. Originally introduced as a more upscale and powerful evolution of the Torino line, the Gran Torino gained serious attention with bold, fastback styling, aggressive grills, and wide-stance swagger that made it a standout on the street. Under the hood, it offered everything from reliable small blocks to brutal big blocks like the 429 cubic inch Cobra Jet V8, delivering massive horsepower and quarter-mile dominance. It wasn't just about straight-line speed. The Gran Torino could be optioned with handling packages, luxury upgrades, and even NASCAR-inspired aero tweaks. And of course, pop culture pushed it over the top, with the red and white 75 Gran Torino immortalized in Starsky and Hutch, turning it into an instant legend. Today, finding an original, unmolested Gran Torino, especially one with performance specs or movie ties, is a serious score, with values rising fast and demand growing among a new wave of collectors. Would you restore it, race it, or just cruise slow and let the world stare? Number 7. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT is a rare beast of muscle car history, and collectors still fight over them because they represent the peak of Mopar performance and style in a single aggressive package. Introduced as Dodge's answer to the pony car craze, the Challenger RT came out swinging with a full lineup of fire-breathing engines, including the brutal 440 cubic inch six-pack and the legendary 426 cubic inch Hemi V8, both capable of turning tires into smoke and asphalt into blur. Built on the longer E-body platform, it offered more interior space and a meaner stance than its rivals, backed by options like the rally suspension, performance hood scoops, and shaker hoods that made it a street and strip monster. With a limited first-year run and endless drivetrain combinations, each original RT is a puzzle piece of muscle car history, and factory Hemi models are the crown jewels. Today, authentic 70 RTs are incredibly hard to find untouched, making them high-dollar targets at auctions and enthusiast garages alike. Whether it's the raw power, the bold styling, or the muscle legend status, this car pulls in crowds and collectors with equal force. If one rumbled past you right now, would you chase it down or just stand there in awe? Number 6. The Ford Crown Victoria is a rare and wild survivor from the golden age of full-size, rear-wheel drive sedans, and collectors still fight over them, especially the hard-hitting Police Interceptor models. Built tough on the Panther platform with a durable body-on-frame design, the Crown Vic packed a 4.6-liter V8 and was engineered to take serious punishment. While civilian versions were common as taxis and family sedans, the real legends were the P-71 Police Interceptors, stripped of fluff, loaded with heavy-duty components, and built to chase down anything on the road. They earned a fearsome reputation for reliability, speed, and simplicity, becoming favorites among tuners, enthusiasts, and even movie car builders. Today, clean and unmodified examples are surprisingly hard to find, as most were driven into the ground or heavily altered. The nostalgia for these tanks, combined with their sleeper appeal, has turned them into unexpected collectibles, with values steadily rising. Whether you crave a blank canvas for customization or want to preserve a piece of blue oval history, the Crown Vic delivers. Would you keep it looking like a cruiser or build the meanest ex-cop car on your block? Number 5. The 1975 Lincoln Continental. Mark IV is a rare and wild expression of American luxury excess, and collectors still fight over them for their sheer size, style, and swagger. Stretching over 19 feet long with sharp-edged fenders and a signature faux spare tire hump on the deck lid, the Mark IV defined personal luxury in the mid-1970s. Under the hood sat a massive 460 cubic inch V8, delivering smooth torque through a silky 3-speed automatic, making every drive feel like a glide across pavement. Inside, it was all about plush comfort, thick leather seats, Cartier-branded clocks, and enough chrome and wood trim to fill a mansion. Special edition designer series models like the Bill Blass or Givenchy trims pushed exclusivity even further with unique color schemes and interiors. Despite being built in fair numbers, many were lost to time or neglect, making clean survivors increasingly rare. Today, enthusiasts seek out the best examples for restoration or preservation, drawn to the unapologetic opulence and unmistakable presence. Would you cruise in quiet comfort or command attention with every mile in this land yacht? Number 4. The 1969 Mercedes-Benz 600 is a monument to automotive excess, and collectors still fight over them for their unmatched engineering, presence, and mystique. Known as the grosser Mercedes, the 600 wasn't just a luxury car, it was a rolling statement of power, favored by world leaders, rock stars, and royalty. Beneath its formal, imposing exterior was a monstrous 6.3-liter V8 paired with a sophisticated hydraulic system that powered everything from the windows to the seats and even the trunk lid. Weighing over 6,000 pounds, it still moved with surprising grace and authority, thanks to advanced air suspension and a near-silent cabin insulated from the world. Hand-built with obsessive attention to detail, only a few thousand were ever produced, and each one came with a price tag that made Rolls-Royces seem modest. Survivors in good condition are scarce, as the complex hydraulics and maintenance costs have sidelined many. But for collectors who crave mechanical artistry and political theater on wheels, the 600 is the holy grail. Would you preserve its legacy or rule the road like a Cold War boss? Number 3. The 1959 Cadillac Coupe Deville is a wild symbol of American automotive extravagance, and collectors still fight over them because nothing else on the road captures the era's boldness quite like it. With its towering tail fins, bullet-shaped taillights, and mile-long body lines, the '59 Coupe Deville became an instant icon, more spaceship than car, representing the height of post-war optimism and luxury. Underneath the chrome-heavy skin was a massive 390 cubic-inch V8 that delivered smooth, commanding power, paired with a 4-speed Hydra-matic transmission and all the comfort features Cadillac could pack in. Inside, drivers were treated to power everything: windows, seats, steering, and brakes, plus acres of metallic trim and plush upholstery that made it feel like a rolling lounge. Though production numbers were decent, surviving examples in original or restored condition are scarce due to decades of neglect, rust, and custom conversions. Enthusiasts and collectors will pay top dollar to get their hands on one with matching numbers and those legendary tail fins intact. Whether cruising down a boulevard or parked at a car show, the '59 Deville turns heads like few others ever built. If you saw one today, would you take a photo or offer a blank check? Number 2. The 1977 Pontiac Trans Am is a rare and rowdy muscle icon that collectors still fight over, thanks to its bold styling, big attitude, and unforgettable Hollywood fame. This was the year Smokey and the Bandit burned it into pop culture history, with the black and gold special edition stealing every scene and turning the screaming chicken hood decal into a legend. Under the shaker hood, it packed a 6.6-liter V8 that delivered plenty of torques and thunder, paired with a sport-tuned suspension that made it more than just a straight-line brute. The Trans Am wasn't just about power, it was about swagger, with flared fenders, honeycomb wheels, and a low-slung stance that made it look fast even standing still. Production was strong, but years of hard driving and neglect have made clean, unmolested examples hard to find, especially the rare W72 performance packages and Y82 special editions. Today, values are climbing fast, and finding an original '77 TA in great shape can spark bidding wars among die-hard fans. Would you keep it garage perfect or light up the back roads like Burt Reynolds himself. Number 1. The 1967 Cadillac El Dorado is a rare and groundbreaking machine that collectors still fight over for its bold design, engineering leap, and unmistakable road presence. This was the first year Cadillac unleashed the El Dorado as a front-wheel drive luxury coupe, a revolutionary move at the time, powered by a massive 429 cubic inch V8, delivering smooth, effortless torque. With its razor-sharp body lines, hidden headlights, and long, low stance, the 67 El Dorado looked like nothing else on the road, blending futuristic styling with traditional Cadillac opulence. Inside, it offered bucket seats, rich materials, and cutting-edge features that placed it at the top of the luxury ladder. Though production numbers were decent, time and wear have thinned the herd, making clean, original examples hard to find today. Collectors chase them for their one-year-only styling details, engineering innovation, and pure 1960s cool factor. Whether parked at a concourse or gliding down the boulevard, the 67 El Dorado still turns heads and stirs envy. Would you restore it to factory perfection? Or let that long hood and hidden headlights speak for themselves on the open road?